everybody. Thanks for joining me. How are you today? So, we're taking a stress and wellness break, okay? So, who am I? I am Yvette McQueen, MD, emergency physician and travel doctor, a global physician on a mission to educate about health, travel wellness, and disease prevention. So today's topic is stress on the body. So can you recognize stress on the body? So let's see, what is stress? So a lot of us is saying, life is just strange right now and we're going through several different things. So how is my body reacting? Is this or are people like, I'm just stressed. Do you know what stress is? So stress is actually a mental or emotional strain. It's tension resulting from what we call an adverse effect, something negative, or a demanding circumstances. So actually stress is actually a normal response to the body. It's what we call flight or fight. We were actually given that ability when this wonderful body was made. So, it's called either something happens, you get fear, you got to get energy. So either a hormone is released which is our adrenaline, to either make us fight, get enough energy to fight, or enough energy to run away. So we call that the fight or flight response. And it's normal. And stress on the body is normal. Stress, dealing with stress, it's what we call, if you remember back from class or science, we call the bell curve, and actually they've been showing a lot of curves, right? So you go up and it comes back down. So you go up, you deal with stress, and then it's supposed to go back down. But what's going on when stress continues, you continue stress and you don't relieve it and continue stress on your body, it goes up, and when it stays up, it kind of like stays that flat curve they talk about, and you get fatigue. And that's when it really starts to wreak havoc on your body. And it's going to affect different organ systems in your body. You get just definitely fatigue, and it starts to damage. And the body at that point is no longer able to repair itself. So the body is assaulted with things. It has its own immune system that we've talked about recently a lot in the news. But also it repairs itself. So like sleep. Okay, let me throw this in real quick, which deals with stress on the body. Sleep. Sleep helps your body repair itself each day. That's why it's very important to sleep. Every adult should be getting 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted, rested sleep. Every child, school-age child, should be getting 10 to 12 hours of uninterrupted sleep. That sleep, as you sleep, your body cells repairs itself from the daily wear and tear. Your mental cells, your brain cells repair. Certain hormones are released. Melatonin is released in your brain that helps your brain cells relax and repair. So when it's not repaired and you continue to have stress on those body cells, you get the fatigue, you get the breakdown, you even get the mental breakdown. So people think about deprived sleep. They've shown that people that are deprived sleep is almost like a drunk person. So if you go, if there's a study on multiple training doctors, because we went hours of sleep, that is shown that if we can go 16 hours with no sleep, it's like having blowing a .08 or being legally drunk. So sleep deprivation is fatigue and put more stress on your body. So one way to reduce the stress, because we have stress assaults from the environment and exterior. So one way to help your own self is just get enough sleep, okay? So adults should get 7 to 8 hours sleep uninterrupted, and school-age children should get 10 to 12 hours of uninterrupted sleep. And that's not like going to sleep for 2 hours, waking up, going to sleep for 4 hours and waking up. Try to make your bedroom and environment conducive to sleeping. You want to turn off electronics, a good 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours before you get ready to go to bed, because that blue light actually affects your brain, the blue light from your screen, your telephone, anything like that. You want to keep your bedroom cool. I noticed that like when my bedroom is hot, I can't sleep, and I do wake up. So I have to cool it down. And I don't like being cool, but of course you get cool, you get snuggled. People have shown that the weighted blankets help people to basically relax. So if you go get a weighted blanket, know that it's going to take about a week for you to get used to it, but it helps you to snuggle and sleep more, because it also gives you that virtual hug of the blanket. Have soothing music and soothing colors, like bedrooms should be nice soft colors. Soothing scents. You can have an incense or a atomizer in your room. So things like that help you to sleep and to reduce the stress. So get used to that. Don't have the phone next to your head and hear it buzzing. And every time you get a notification, put it across the room. Don't have a lighted clock, or turn the lighted clock around, because that shouldn't be close to your head, because that doesn't help you to sleep. So once again, stressful situations that go unresolved will continue to cause fatigue and damage to your body. It basically the wear and tear. So what will it do? Some effects of the stress on your body. Let's see. So your mood, your head. Okay, so let's talk about the brain. Your mood and anger. You ever hear people like, "Oh, I just can't take it anymore. I'm going to snap on somebody." Okay, well, that may be the stress that you're dealing with, that you want anger control, mood control, irritability. You find that you're more irritable around the children. It may be that unconscious stress that you don't realize you're dealing with. You're anxious between the COVID-19 and all the protests and everything else going around. That could easily be causing the stress, and you don't know. You're watching the news, you're seeing things, it's causing stress on your body, and you don't even realize it's causing stress. You just get irritable, and you want to snap on children. Someone's saying they take a nap during the middle of the day. Man, I love me some naps. I do. You wish you can go back to preschool when they used to make you take a nap? Yeah, I do. And they said 15 to 20 minutes mini naps can really help you. That can just repair your body to keep going for the rest of the day. So, and it helps with the irritability of your mood. Just kind of relax the mind. So stress can cause irritability. Stress can cause depression. You can find yourself in depression. And once again, that's going to cause insomnia, and you're not sleeping, okay? You find yourself not being engaged with people, not wanting to do your usual things that make you happy, and you can either eat more, what they call stress eating, or eat less. Stress can play either way on that. Headaches. Do you find yourself, the headaches is one of the first warnings of stress. You'd be like, oh, is it just sinuses and my allergies? But it keeps going and going and going. So that can actually be it. Panic attacks. Things never affected you before, but now it's affecting you. That's going to be stress. And like I said yesterday, turn off the news. Sometimes you just got to turn off that TV, or I turn it to the Hallmark Channel. Every movie has a happy ending. Okay, that may not be real life, but every movie has a happy ending. So, I mean, if you need to get your news, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, but do not do 12 hours, because that's causing that anxiety and stress just nipping at you. So what is this going to do to the heart? I'm all about heart disease and diabetes and prevention. So guess what stress does to your heart? It increases heart disease. It increases your blood pressure. It increases blood pressure you didn't even realize. You're like, I normally have normal blood pressure. Do you? what's going on. Of course, you know, I told everybody should have equipment in their house to a thermometer, which is kind of hard to find now, but everyone needs a thermometer. Everyone needs a blood pressure cuff in their house. Okay, so and that actually with blood pressure cuffs will take your blood pressure and your heart rate to see what's going on. So if you know your numbers, what's going on, so blood pressure 120, it shouldn't be more than 120 of the top number. Okay, that's your top number. The bottom number usually go between 60 and 80. I don't want to see 90 top numbers. I mean bottom numbers. Bottom numbers, let's do this again. Top numbers, no more than 120. Bottom number should be between 60 and 80. That's what the blood pressure is. Heart rate, or how fast your heart is beating, a normal person goes between 60 and 100. Okay, so if those are abnormal, what I want you to do is I want you to take your blood pressure and take your heart rate, and you can take it at certain times of the day, write it down, and keep a record for a week and see what's going on. You can see that I feel better in the morning before I watch the news, and afterwards my blood pressure is up. Okay, guess what you got to stop doing? Exactly. You know, or I noticed that after cooking dinner and I'm frazzled, my blood pressure is up. Find a way to relieve that blood pressure. Of course, if you're on medication, you should be taking your medication as the doctor prescribed. And if you are taking your medication on a regular basis like the doctor prescribed, and your blood pressure is still up, then you need to make a revisit with the doctor, whether in person or even virtual right now. You can do that. So it can increase your blood pressure, increases your heart rate, it can increase your cholesterol level, okay? Which all this can affect either going to a heart attack, stroke, things like that. It will affect your immune system. Stress decreases the immune system, so you're actually more susceptible to illnesses. And we don't want to be susceptible to any illnesses right now. So you got to make sure that your immune system is right. I talked about your stomach not wanting to eat or eat more, but you start to get a stomach ache, and you get acid reflux because you're building. So you start to have stomach ache, you increase more acid, you get reflux, it gets heartburns, it starts to feel almost like a heart attack. And think about that. You get very nauseous, so maybe you won't eat. And actually, anxiety and the stress, I'm going to tell you, is showing up on the children. So children can't relate, I'm stressed, but they know what's going on. Do not think these children do not know what's going on. You know, if you need to check out about child coping skills, check out my YouTube, or actually on this Facebook site when I did the webinar with a few pediatricians, and they talked about how stress and anxiety manifest in children. So they're going to have stomach aches, and where it's not related to anything. They'll say they have a headache and it's not related to anything. You ever go check on your child? They went to sleep at 8 and it's midnight and they're still up. Okay, they're having sleeping issues too. So think about that, because they're hearing things. They know what's going on. They know about the coronavirus. Make sure you have discussions with them, because stress can actually be coming up in children where you think it's just them, or they ate too much at dinner, where it could be something. Stress can affect basically sex, your sexual health, okay? Are you having decreased libido? Do you not want to have sex? Or it's just like eating. You eat more, you eat less. Having more sex or less sex. It can go either way. It can affect your muscles. Are you having aches and pains where you normally don't have? Do you feel like, oh, well, someone will say, well, it's arthritis. Well, we are in the summer now. So is it related to arthritis? Is it not? And it actually affects your bone density. So those, especially females and they're older, think about stress, wear and tear on your bones, and your bones becoming more brittle. That you don't want to happen. So, for diabetes, those that have diabetes, it's going to increase your blood sugar. Stress will increase your blood sugar, because guess what? This is all connected. Okay? See, I'm going to show you a good little picture. See? That whole body is all connected, okay? So, stress affects the brain, releases the hormones, releases the cortisol levels, affects the pancreas. Guess what cortisol levels do? Increase your blood sugar, okay? So if you have a continued stress, you're like, I can't get these blood sugars in order. You know you have eating right, like you're supposed to, your right diet. You're taking your medicine, but your blood sugars are still remaining high. Think it may be the stress that's actually affecting your blood sugar. So that may need to be adjusted, and you need to have a conversation with your doctor, in person or virtually, or consider also having a conversation with a counselor. So there's different ways you can have discussions with counselors. So you can either go psychiatrist or psychologist, either one of those, and have a discussion with them. A lot of them are online now, and they're having 15, 20-minute consults to see if you fit with them so that you can have a discussion, and it's okay. I know people like, oh, especially in some populations, they're like, oh, I'm pray about it. I'm let God take care of it. Well, God gave us all abilities, and God gave us the wisdom in these degrees to help you. So it's okay to talk to someone, talk to a counselor. You don't want to talk to a counselor? Do you have a pastor? Do you have a minister? Do you have a rabbi? Talk to someone to reduce your stress. Because sometimes just talking it out, literally talking it out, pulls it out of the body and release it to the environment. Other little techniques I've told people to try is getting in the car and just driving around. So especially when now most states have opened up, but a lot of times, you know, we feel that we're clustered in because of the pandemic. Getting in the car, okay, you like, it's wasting gas. Okay, you need to waste gas to save your sanity, then waste some gas, okay? Go get in the car and just drive around. You don't have to stop at a store. You don't have to stop anywhere. Just drive around to release. Not fast, not at excessive speed to get a speed ticket. Wear your seatbelt, but that just may help. For me, it's driving and looking at planes taking off. You know, that's giving me relief. Oh, I'm going to watch planes take off. Maybe it's driving down to a lake or a river or water. Find something soothing in the environment for your wellness and for stress release. So, again, some warning signs that stress is starting to affect you. Headaches. Are you having these persistent headaches? You take some acetaminophen and it doesn't go away. It's not related to your allergies. Sleep disturbances. Are you having insomnia? You can't go to sleep. You're staying up, or you have interrupted sleep. Difficulty concentrating. If you do have work or you're working from home, you can't seem to finish a project. Okay. Short-tempered irritability. Upset stomach, eating more, eating less, getting nauseated, and just low energy and low morale, feeling that it's depression. You can get dizzy. Some other things. People get some dizziness of stress. Let's see. Grinding your teeth. Oh, you ever find yourself and you're like, why am I grinding my teeth? And that could be related to your stress. And you just have the loss of interest of your daily activities. Just try, So those are things. So once again, okay, stress affects the body. Stress affects the body when you don't even realize. Stress is normal, but when it's continuous stress, it will cause damage to the body. It's going to affect your emotions, your irritability, which affects your relationships. It's going to affect your heart. It'll increase your blood pressure. It'll increase your cholesterol. The hormones will increase your blood sugar because the cortisol level is up. It's going to cause stomach problem, getting lots of heartburn. It affects your muscles. You get fatigue. So once again, I'm going to talk more later on this week about stress reduction, but this is recognizing how stress is affecting on your body. So find ways to reduce your stress. Sleep, once again, Sleep is very important. Adults, 7 to 8 hours a night. School children, 10 to 12 hours a night. Make your sleep environment conducive to your sleep. Calm, serene, pastel colors, soothe music, turn off electronics 2 hours before you get ready to go to sleep. And alcohol does not help with sleeping. Alcohol is actually will wake you up. It's that interrupted. It causes that interrupted sleep. Okay. Find ways of coping with talking. I talked about support system, having someone to talk to, seeking out a counselor if you need to talk to someone, and finding. Yesterday I said, have hobbies. Go back to your hobbies. Use that creative side or that artistic side of your brain. Do some painting, do some reading, do some puzzles, do some building, like build ships and cars or something artistic side or the creative side to reduce the stress or find the ways of stress relieving. And of course, the meditation exercises we talked about and finding your inner self, deep breathing always helps. Taking a moment, stop, and deep breathing. So I hope all this was helpful about how to recognize if stress is affecting you, which stress affects all of us, but if it's a continued stress, we don't want it to damage the rest of our body. We want our body cells to be able to repair each day and make sure it's repairing appropriately. So join me tomorrow. According to my schedule, it's about putting wellness into your daily life. I've talked a little bit about that, but we're going to dig deeper about daily exercises you can put into your life to increase your wellness and for that stress reduction. So thanks for taking a break with me today. Peace and love. I am Yvette McQueen, MD. Emergency physician and travel doctor, a global physician on a mission to educate about health, travel wellness, and disease prevention. So ciao for now. Peace.